doggone beat now. We're gonna call our very own Nassau Rock and Nassau Road. Nassau's got a whole lot of soul. Feel alright. Mini skirts, maxi skirts, and afro hairdo. People doing their own thing and don't care about me or you. Nassau's gone funky. Nassau's got soul now. Oh yeah. And we got a doggone beat now. We're gonna take care of business too.
Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to another special edition, part 2 of our NTA Exclusive show. My name is Jaydian Miller, Business Development Manager. So happy to have you here today. And we have our special co-host once again, Ms. Tai Rolle, our Administrative Coordinator and Board Secretary. Tai, how are you doing today?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you again for having me on the show.
No, we thank you for being here because I could have been by my lonesome. You know, we had a particular original host who kind of left us. You know, we don't know where that person is, but we pray that they'll be back. But I'm happy to have you, very happy to have you. Thank you so much for deciding to partner with me and be with me on the show. Thank you so much.
No problem. It's a great partnership.
Yes, thank you so much. So as you know, with our viewers, we want to start off again with a motivational tip. We feel that it's very important. We've had a long week. I'm sure you're tired. You're ready to relax, enjoy your weekend. So we just want to share something with you. So there's a quote by Mr. Zig Ziglar who said, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great." You know, a lot of times you may feel as if you need to have a certain amount of knowledge, a certain amount of credentials, a certain amount of experience, but it really starts with the dream. You have a dream. You dream about this every day. It's on your mind. It's tugging at your heart, but you have to start. If you don't take that first step, it will never happen. That's right. So you have a dream, you have a goal. It's something that you're focused on. It's something that you feel as if it's something that you need to do. You need to bring it out to the world. So just remember, take that first step. Take that first step and things will work out. How do you feel about that, Ms. Rowe? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, definitely. What we're about to get into, this quote is right on point, okay? Because we're talking about what happens after graduation. So guess what? That's a start right there. So definitely, this quote is on point today. Yes.
Good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we want to remind you we're registering for our Cohort 22, and we want to make sure that you're aware of the disciplines and also aware of how to register, okay, and also the requirements. So we want to let you know in terms of the requirements, you have to be out of school, okay? So that means that you would have not graduated from high school. You don't have much BJCs, much BGCSEs. You're not in a college, you're not in an institute, you don't have a high-level certification. We're catering to those who really, really need our help, and we're looking to support you. All right, and also you have to be a Bahamian, so you want to have a Bahamian passport. And if you look at this particular flyer here, you will see disciplines that we have to offer. So we have information technology, we have butler service. Butler service is back. Hey, thank you, butler service, you're back. Culinary and baking, auto service and care, teacher's aid, Microsoft Office, office procedures, auto body, auto service and care, retail knowledge, food and beverage service, and housekeeping. So these are the particular disciplines that we have to offer, and we look forward to working with you. Please make sure to contact us at 242-461-6000. I repeat, 242-461-6000. Contact our registration department, and you can go on our website, www.ntabahamas.org, and you will see a link that will say register now or register here. Okay, you want to register. Please remember, once you register, you have to go through an assessment. Okay, there's an assessment you have to go through with the registration department. So it's not just applying and I'm in. You have to go through an assessment process to make sure you're qualified and you're ready to go. Very, very important. We also want to remind you that the start date has changed. Originally, it started on Monday, August 28th, but now it has been changed to Monday, September 4th, 2023. So just a week later, give you a chance to catch yourself and get a little break, and summer will be over and just start fresh. September 4th. All right, that's when we start the cohort. So Cohort 22, please register. Like I said, contact 242-461-6000 to contact our registration team, and they will definitely guide you through the process. Okay, so Ms. Roll, you would have mentioned a particular topic that we're focusing on today. So go ahead and share that again for our viewers.
All right, so our topic for today is what happens after trainees graduate from our entry level workplace training program. What happens? Okay, and we want to invite everyone to chime in, inclusive of past and present trainees. Please go ahead and chime in and let us know what actually happened. And then we could correspond back and forth on that. But we want to let you know that it just doesn't end with graduation.
Yes. Yes. And we would have spoken to our registration department. And here's what happens. Your opportunities don't just start after graduation. They actually work before you graduate. Why?
Mhm.
Because if you've shown that you have a level of competence, if you've shown that you're a hard worker, if you're showing that you're one of the best in your program, they work for you early to set you up for success before you graduate. So you could imagine you've been working hard, you've been putting in the effort, you've been putting in the time, you've been showing that you're ready to enter the workplace. They work for you early. So just remember, it may not start immediately after graduation. It can start as you are going through the program. So never forget, always put your best foot forward every day. Never take a day for granted. Always make sure that when you come, you're ready to go. You're putting your best foot forward because remember, someone is always watching. Someone
Mm,
is watching. And when employers are saying, hey, can you send us some quality, well trained people who have a great attitude to come to our workplace? That will be you.
exactly. And our registration department keeps their eyes and ears open. We scan through the newspaper. Perhaps we're standing on a line somewhere and we see a for hiring sign, and we know that we just trained some persons that could really, do this job. So what we do is we take that information, we get that information out to those trainees who would have qualified in that section, and then we call them. We say, okay, listen, come on down. Let's pre-assess you. Let's do a pre-interview. Okay? Get you ready for the real interview. Set that up. And then after that, it's all about you. Okay? We start the process, but it's up to you to finish it.
Yes. And listen, that's very powerful words, you Ms. Rowe, because a lot of times you may find that young people say, well, I don't want to do that particular job. Or listen, at the end of the day, you have to start somewhere. Remember, it is entry level. Let's repeat that together,
Entry.
Ms. Roll.
Mhm. Entry
Entry level.
level.
We're helping you to get a foot in the door. It is up to you. Like Ms. Rose said, it's up to you. You get in there, it's up to you. How high do you want to get? It is up to you. We would have done our part to assist you. Now it's up to you to do your part. So when
That's
you
right.
so when you enter
And
these
you can't
organizations,
you can't concern yourself about other people as well.
yes,
Concern yourself about you. So guess what? An entry level position may not be something that, hey, oh, I want to do. All my friends are going to see me doing this and that and that. Are your friends taking care of you? Are they paying your bills? No. Once you are employed, that means that you are now to that point where you are making money for yourself. That should be that should be it. There's nothing else to discuss with that. And again, once you start someplace, okay, you push yourself. You're not going to stay there. You're not going to stay there once you push. You're going to move on up the ladder. So don't be discouraged about starting in the filing department. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that because that filing department is someplace that's just step one for you to get somewhere else. And another thing too, don't let your environment determine your character. Let's just use an example. Let's just say you work for a little mom and pop shop on the corner of wherever, and you feel as if, hey, this is just little something or whatever. No, you be the best of you. You don't know who's gonna walk in that mom and pop shop and say, you know what, this person attitude is so good, and I own this multi-million corporation, and I want to hire you. So they come to you and they say, listen, why don't you send me a resume? And you mightn't think anything about it, but your attitude determines what?
your altitude.
Say that again. Your attitude determines your altitude. So don't ever put yourself down just because of where you think you are and you feel as if that's just a low level job, etc. No job is low level, none whatsoever. Once you making paper, there's nothing low about that, because guess what? Like someone in our registration department said, money, when you go to pay your bills, they don't care where that money come from. There's no level of where that money came from, long as you can pay your bills. So don't be discouraged by little things. Just go ahead and just go there and be the best that you could be. And make yourself, this isn't correct English, but I'm going to say it, make yourself teachable. Let someone see you and want to steal you and put you in a higher or better position. All right. So don't be discouraged. Get out there, entry level, start somewhere. Okay. Start somewhere. Build your resume. As many things as possible, no matter how small they are, build your resume. So you have a 1-page resume or half a page right now, then you could have a 3-page resume and make yourself more employable. Okay. Now you can send your resume everywhere because now you have skills and all these different things. And people will be like, oh, okay. So you look in the paper and you see a position hiring for something. And you'd be like, you know what? I could do that. And when the employee sees that resume, they'd be like, okay, this person is, multi-talented. We have all these different departments. If it doesn't work in this one, maybe we can put them in this department. Hey, don't settle for less. Don't settle for less.
Ms. Rolle, you said some powerful things just now, and you kind of gave them like an understanding of how things work when it comes to going into the workplace, starting at a particular point and then working your way up. And you mentioned the word teachable. I mean, start using that now. Teachable is a new word. Teachable. Okay. And it's so true because, like you would have mentioned to me earlier, even before we got on this live, that you have particular persons who may work in particular environments, and you never know. Business owner may come to their particular organization and say, "Hey, you're a nice person. I like your attitude, like your spirit. Hey, send me your resume." You just never know. You never know. And always remember, whenever you take on a particular job, particular position, it's a new skill. And you never know when that skill can help you in the future. So just remember, you're equipping yourself with tools. These are all tools that you're getting to build yourself, build your portfolio, to be better, be more well-rounded. So when you actually get another opportunity, that skill you can take with you, and no one can take that away from you. That is your skill. That is your skill in your mind, in your hands. That's your skill. So
and
never
it starts right here.
Yes.
It starts right here. We train you for a labor force. Well, we train you. We skill you for labor force, for the labor force. Okay, that's what we do. So once you get the skills here and you go on to be employed, you learn as much as you could. Listen, just eat it up, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up. Okay, no one can take away from you what you have learned. No one. Make yourself more employable, no matter what it is, no matter what. Listen to me. If you gotta pick up a broom and do what you gotta do that. You understand? If you gotta go on the road and do some work for the boss say, listen, I need you to go do this, then you gotta do this. Don't ever say that's not my job. Because people watch and listen. You know what I mean? They watch and they listen. Oh, this person ain't a damn player. They ain't this and they ain't that. No. Because guess what? You might not have started in this company in that position, but guess what? By you making that little run for your boss, you could put that on your resume. You was a messenger. Hey, well, that's a skill. You understand? But that's not saying do not put aside little things that, you know what, I'm not going to do this. That's not me. That's not this and that. And then always have a positive attitude about things. And it really will take you far.
And thank you for sharing that, Ms. Rolle. And that's really good information. And, when we think about the local and international certifications that the graduates receive, no one can take that away from you. Nobody. So when you go and you graduate and you get on these jobs, just remember, on the front end, the agency has invested in you. On the other end, the company that you work for has invested in you. So what I'm saying is make sure you remember to always carry yourself in a proper way. Make sure you represent those organizations well, because at the end of the day, you're a reflection of them. So when you go in these jobs, do your best. Put your best foot forward. Always make sure the organization is represented in the proper way, because when you go there, they look at you and they think about the company. They're not going to say such and such John Doe. They're going to say John Doe from the National Training Agency, right? So just remember that carries weight. So when you graduate, we always excited for what's next, because that could be the beginning of a brand new bright future. It is not the end, it's the beginning. And when you think about it, Ms. Rolle, let's think of it from this standpoint. Let's think about individuals who work at particular organizations. They may have come in with degrees, bachelor's, master's, doctorates, all those things. But when we train our young people and they enter the same organization that those individuals are in, just remember, you have the same opportunity. You're in the same organization. What you have to do, put your best foot forward, as I mentioned. Work hard. Don't think of yourself lower than anybody else. Don't think of yourself lower than anyone else, because you're not. When you go there and you put your best foot forward, people will see you. People will give you opportunities. But just do your best. Do your very, very best. You agree with that, Ms. Rolle?
I totally agree.
Good. So let's take some, if you have any comments, any comments out there, any questions, if you have any questions for us, we definitely like to take those, because I feel it's important to make sure that you have all the information, especially with regards to registration. So remember that a new cohort 22, starts on Monday, September 4th. So the date has changed to Monday, September 4th. And we're looking to have a lot of young people come in, because there are thousands of young people graduated, Ms. Rolle, just in June. And many of them more than likely got leaving certificates. So we know you're out there, young people. We know you're out there. Come to the agency. Give us a call. Our registration team is waiting for you. We're waiting for you. We're looking to register you. We're looking to take you through the assessments. Register now. Register now. All right? This is an opportunity. We're investing in you. It's a free program. What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
You said you're sitting home waiting for a company to call you back. Oh, I sent resumes out. I haven't heard from anyone. Do something in the meantime. Don't just sit home and wait. Come to the agency. Give us a call. Speak to our registration team. Register now. You can register online. You can come in and register with us. Okay? And you already remember, we already mentioned this earlier. You go to www.ntabahamas.org and you go to register now. Register. So let's remind you again, as I mentioned earlier, www.ntabahamas.org. Register with us or give us a call. All right? So are there any comments? Let's take a look at the comments here. So very informative. Thank you, Ms. Alexis Fox, for always watching us and supporting us. Bring it up on the screen here. We have Ms. Cooper here watching us. Mrs. Cooper from the registration department. Thank you, Mrs. Cooper. Awesome job. Okay, Ms. Cooper's encouraging all of us. Register now. Register now for our Cohort 22 program. Okay, Ms. Rebecca Silvera, always great advice. Thank you so much. And listen, she's one of our former graduates, and we want to say, Ms. Silvera, keep up the great work. And, we're so happy with the work that we do. When we think about the past 10 years, we're celebrating our 10th anniversary. Still celebrating 10th anniversary. Even though July is gone, we're still celebrating the whole year. The whole year we're celebrating our anniversary. And we've been able to transform over 8,000 young people's minds, to empower them, to go there and be great, to go there and be successful, to go there and represent the agency well, to go there and take care of their families. So we're very, very excited about that.
All right. So we want to take a commercial break right now, and we'll be back in a moment. So go ahead, send those comments in, and we'll get to you.
Hi, my name is Michael Thompson, Events and Facilities Manager. Here at the National Training Agency, Vocational Activities and Convention Center, we make it easy to plan and book your training courses, meetings, and events. We offer over 9,000 square feet of meeting space, including 3 tutorial rooms, 2 convention rooms, and 1 activity center at Galaxy Hall, each equipped with IT and audiovisual technology. From workshops to conferences to business meetings, concerts, and banquets, our facilities and customized services will cover all of your needs. We are located on Gladstone Road and Manning Drive. Schedule a visit today or speak with any of our friendly team members. Call us at 461-6000, the National Training Agency, Vocational Activities and Convention Center, your one-stop venue for all of your events and training needs.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. For those who are just watching, tuning in, this is our special edition, part 2 of our NTA Exclusive show. We're talking today about what happens after graduates complete the program here, entry-level workforce training program. So I want to thank you once again to my awesome special co-host, Ms. Tai Rolle. She's here with us. Thank you so much, Ms. Rolle. And we're back. We're back. So let's continue our conversation. So, Ms. Rolle?
All right. So we were talking about what happens. Yes. Now we want to say this. After graduation, or even like Mr. Miller would have mentioned earlier, we start working for you before you actually graduate. Okay. There are also disciplines whereas you actually are a part of an internship program. So those internship programs can actually turn into a full-time job. You know, you can actually end up staying there if that employer likes you, you know, if you adapt very well to their environment, etc. We also contact different companies who are hiring, and we send out resumes that apply to that particular position that they're looking for. We send you out on interviews, etc. However, employment is not guaranteed. Okay? We have to plug that in. It is not guaranteed. The National Training Agency does not find you a job. That's not what we do. We help you to find a job. We send you out on these interviews, etc. But it is up to you. We cannot tell the employees, listen, because this is an NTA graduate, you have to employ them. No. We provide you with the skill sets. It is up to you now to use that in the best way possible. And you are now supposed to go and woo these employees, the employers. Okay? So we don't want you to say, well, I didn't get a job after I finished the program, 10 weeks, etc. No one got me a job. No. We can only lead you to the water. We cannot make you drink it. There's a point whereas you have to start now taking on full responsibility. Okay, that is what employees do. All right, so you have to, I mean, it might sound a little like, but no, you have to do it now. We can only guide you so far. Now it's up to you. We pass the baton on. It's up to you to get there. All right, but definitely our registration department helps in that regard. So don't feel discouraged. Don't be like, oh, I didn't get all of this and nothing happened. First of all, you got your certification. That's something right there.
Yes.
And now it's up to you to make that certification work for you.
Yes, that's great advice. And when you think about when you go on interviews, I think this is very important because you want to make sure you present your best self. Even when you think about your resumes, right? You want to make sure that your resume is up to date. You want to make sure that you have all the responsibilities or duties you have at the particular job, because sometimes you may have a resume that just says the particular company, but it doesn't necessarily have the duties that you had at the job. So they say, well, what did you do? What did you do at the job? So it's important to make sure that you have everything lined up. So when the employer meets with you, okay, they can see a snapshot of everything you've done at the particular jobs. They can see the dates, they can see the locations, and they'll be able to say, okay, I had a chance to see everything about you. Now let me talk to you. Let me find out who you are as a person. So it eliminates having to ask questions about these jobs once you do your part. So always remember, make sure your resume is up to date, and make sure that you want to mention that you did actually attend the National Training Agency. You are a trainee here, you're a graduate. You want to make sure to include that, because what happens is the employees know that we've sent you. The employees know that we've actually called them to get you an interview. So make sure to include it in your resume. You don't want to leave that out, because we want to make sure that you let the employers know what the experience was like. You want them to know if you got the certification, all depending on which discipline you're in. So those things are important to remember. Even when it comes to dress code, You want to make sure you dress appropriately. If you want to wear a shirt and tie, if you decide you want to wear a suit or a jacket, but you don't want to show up in the job in jeans or a t-shirt or collar shirt. So you want to make sure that you present yourself properly. You're presenting yourself for the workplace. And that's why here at the agency, we have particular policies. When you actually start our soft skills, you want to dress professionally. There's a reason why we do that. There's a reason. We're preparing you for the workplace. Job preparation, we're preparing for the workplace. So everything that we do is intentional here at the agency. So when you start your first day and you dress appropriately, you're dressed and ready for the workplace, it carries out throughout the entire program. So when you're done, you know exactly what's expected. You know what the companies are looking for. So you go into the workplace, you're ready to go.
And I want to plug in also, we want to give shout out to all of those companies, all
Yes.
of those agencies, industries, private and public sector who hire our trainees. We want to thank you for that. But we also want to say to you, listen, don't, if you find that you have a problem, big or not, with one of our trainees, see, we take our name very serious. NTA have very high standards. So when we send our trainees out to these different employers, we're expecting the best. We're expecting positive feedback, but it doesn't always happen. How do we know that? Sometimes we don't. So employers, I want to employ you to send us a message. You let us know if you know what, hey, this training that you sent us isn't cutting it, or the attitude is bad, that this, no. See, we, for lack of better, we don't play that. Okay. So if it's something that we need to work on by training them a little more, or, you know, coming up with new and creative ideas, then we need to know that. Okay. And I will give you an example. I went somewhere last night and they asked me, so where do you work? And I said, oh, I worked in the National Training Agency. And the response was, So, of course, that caught me off guard. And I was like, what do you mean? Oh, I had a trainee that came and worked in my establishment and they just wasn't cutting it, etc. I was like, okay, did you contact us and say that? Or, you know, what happened? Oh, no, I didn't know I could have called y'all and say anything. See, we want to know what's going on. We want to know where we can pick up the pieces. Of course, humans are humans and they will do whatever they want to do, but we want to make sure that our skill set is what is needed in the workforce today. Okay? So we want to employ you. First of all, we want to thank you, employers, but we want to employ you to, I'm not going to say complain. Okay? That's not what I want you to do. But I want you to help us improve where we need to improve. So that's just my little plug out there to the employers.
Yes. Thank you so much for saying that, Ms. Rowe. Thank you so much to our employers. And like you said, they're not complaining. Let's just say they're informing, right? They can inform us of what's happening. So that way we could be aware, because if we're not aware, how do we improve? How do we make the change? How do we know? How do we pivot? To say, like you mentioned, what one do we need to do? Should we adjust something here or there? But the only way we would know is if we're told, if we're informed of the situation, which is very important. And it's not everybody. You know, we've had many great young people go out there, do very well, doing very well in their jobs. We've even had persons start their own businesses. So there's a lot of great trainees and graduates out there who have done very well, represent the agency well, and always make us proud. Always make us proud.
Mr. Miller, why don't you plug in that butler service?
Oh, okay. So let's talk about butler service. So butler service, as you know, when you think about service, that's the highest level of service. And we would have had two individuals who would have done very, very well with butler service. We're not going to mention their names, but they're doing very well. And we're looking to have an awesome butler service program, mainly because these are young people. They're energized, they're professional. I mean, the way they present themselves when you see them, I mean, top notch, top level. And we just want to thank them for all that they've done to make the agency look great, to represent us well. Because young men, let's talk about young men for a second. Young men doing very, very well. And we just want to say thank you so much. And we look forward to an awesome butler service program. And listen, if I could become a butler.
Those former trainees
Yes.
are now the trainers.
Nurse.
They are the ones who are going to train the new cohort in butler services. Isn't that a testimony in itself? Okay, so
Yes.
guess what? We can see you guys back here actually being a facilitator, okay? Actually being a trainer. This is what it is all about, making a difference. All right, it's really good. Now, Mr. Miller, I also want to plug in a little something as well.
Okay.
You know, you hear a little buzzing, 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 buzzing going around. And one of the things that I always hear is a person saying, why y'all reinventing the wheel? Why y'all reinventing the wheel? And then, so in my mind, I knew what it meant, but I said, you know what, let me go and get the definition of that. And here's the definition of what I found. Reinventing the wheel, wasting time trying to do something that has already been done successfully. Now, of course, I would have asked again, what do you mean by reinventing the wheel? And they would say something to me, oh, these other programs are out there doing the same thing, doing the same thing. I'm not going to call the program's name because I am for all of the programs that are going to help the young Bahamian people. I am for all of them. Okay. But the difference with all of them compared to us is that we prepare you by way of skill for the labor force. Skill. Okay? We don't just say, oh, come here, come work here, la la la, you get a paycheck, this and that. No, 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 no. We are trying to change the culture. I don't know about you, but I am tired of hearing business places complain. Oh my gosh, you know, they don't answer the phone, the bad attitude, customer service, this, they're not knowledgeable about this and that. So we heard your cry. So we decided that, hey, but NTA decided that, hey, we are going to train young people by giving them skill set, okay? So that we can make it a little bit more easier for our labor force. So that we don't have to bring in so many people to do the job because our Bahamian people are qualified to do it. That's all it is, you know. But like I say, the programs out there, if that works for you, that works for you. But we are going to change the cultural mindset that you just go to work, and especially people who talk about, oh, I want a government job. Why you want a government job? That sounds like you think government people don't be doing nothing. Now, whether it's true or not, according to whoever think it, the point is we don't want that to be the first thing you think about when you go into the workplace. Oh, I just go in to make a paycheck and that's it, whatever. No, we want you to actually work. We want you to work. Okay? Having a job doesn't mean that you actually work. You understand? Getting a paycheck doesn't mean that you actually earned it. But we're trying to teach that you know what? Work. The workforce is what we train you for. All right. So let's change this cultural thing, man. Let's go there and just get on that bandwagon of being different. So that when they look at the labor force in the Bahamas, they be like, you know what? These people out there are doing something. You understand? And not only that, they actually trained in their skill set. So this is what I don't have to bring in so many people to do this. All right. Now, I may look and sound a little passionate, but I am.
You are not looking, son. You do, which is great. That's
this
important.
This is what NTA does. We train you. Okay. We train you. Now, we want to get some comments in, some more comments in, but we're going to go to another commercial break, Mr. Miller, and we can come right back.
Yes.
Because, I'm fired up now. I'm fired up.
Do you long for an unwavering sense of purpose and conviction? Repositioned Here to Air by Agatha K. Marcel dispels the myth that to be successful, one must maintain a separate personal and professional life. Learn how childhood interests are strong indicators of the path you will take and how your fundamental principles and morals will stay with you even through life's detours. Your purpose comes from God, and the closer you get to Him, the clearer your purpose will become. Available at Amazon, your local bookstore, or at trilogy.tv.
Hi, welcome back. Welcome back for our commercial break. Before we went on break, we had a very passionate Ms. Rolle speak about a particular topic. And Ms. Rolle, if you want to continue to speak about that, and then we can move on to some other things.
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely. Like I said, I want to play. Right now, it's hot outside. It's about 90 degrees.
90 degrees.
Okay. So if you got to go outside, come on down to NTA and get registered. Okay, for our next cohort that's starting September 4th. We are looking for you. Look at our flyer for the qualifications, etc. And we are looking for you. We want to empower you. We want to train you. We want to train you for the workforce. We want to get you out there, set you up with some skill sets, make you employable, and then which causes growth.
Yes.
You understand? Being employable causes growth in the company where you are. You're not just stagnant. You're not just sitting at one place unless you want to stay there. Nothing wrong with that either, because if that's your calling, that's your calling. But we want to train you with the skill set so you can elevate yourself. All right. So go online, register now, ntabahamas.org. Just come on down to the office, register yourself. Let's go through all the pre-assessment, etc., and get you ready. We have a lot of disciplines to choose from. Whatever your passion is, then you go after that. Nothing wrong with that, Mr. Miller. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope, nothing's wrong with that. And like Ms. Rolle said, it's 90 degrees outside. If you come outside, come to us. We'll take care of you, get you registered, make sure we assess you, which is very, very important. Ms. Rolle, when I think about the current state of our labor force today, it's very important to remember that our young people, they need opportunities. And we have that in mind every day. We have that in mind when we have these programs, because we think about who in our community, who in our country really needs the help. And that's why we focus on this particular demographic. And we just want to go over the requirements once again for this program, because it's very important to let you know that you just can't just come into the program, right? It's very important to know exactly what the particular requirements are. So we'll go over this again. So you have to be out of school, all right? So if you, let's say, for example, you have a leaver certificate, you don't have a high school diploma, you don't have much BJCs, you don't have much BGCSEs, this is the program for you. You want to be between the ages of 16 to 28 years old. You want to have a Bahamian passport. You want to be Bahamian. And remember, we are not a school. We are not an institute. We are not a college. Okay, we are an administrative coordinating entity. So we build relationships and partnerships with training providers and our soft skills presenters or facilitators. Okay, so remember, you have to be out of school between the ages of 16 and 28 years old, be Bahamian, have a Bahamian passport. Make sure that you're not currently in college or currently in an institute or pursuing any high level credential. Okay,
currently employed.
Very, very important. Can't be employed.
No, if you're employed, then you're at a place where we're trying to get people at. So you go right ahead and, do what you got to do. But we're looking for those persons who are looking for that extra help, okay, who need that extra help. All right. Now, I just want to plug into a comment right here by Ms. Williams. That information, definitely, you can contact our registration department, 461-6000. And they will answer that question for you in detail. Okay, we can't go through all of that about those programs at this time, but definitely contact them and they'll get that information to you.
Yes, Ms. Rolle, that's correct. So yes, Ms. Williams, definitely can talk to our registration department. That's 242-461-6000. I repeat, 242-461-6000. Speak to our registration department and they'll take good care of you. You're welcome. Very welcome. Very welcome. Okay, so Ms. Rolle, what are some final thoughts that you have as we continue to go through the live and give information to our viewers?
Well, my final thoughts is that, we know that there are persons out there who might feel or be discouraged for whatever reason it is. I'm imploring you to take a chance on yourself. If you fit the criteria of what we, the NTA, are looking for, come on down. Give yourself a chance. Okay? Like I say, it's about training you with skills for the workforce, skills that no one can take away from you. Absolutely no one. Okay, you can take those skills wherever as long as you apply yourself. So we want to encourage people to just, young people, young Bahamian people, just come out and try it. Okay, come and try it. Now, like I say, we're all about high standards. So we don't want you to be like, oh, let me just dip in and let me see how it goes. And this, no, we want you to go through the program and complete the program, graduate the program, and receive your certification in whatever discipline that you decide to pick. All right. We don't just want you to play around now. No, 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 no.
No.
We want you to complete. All right. So I'm encouraging you guys, just give yourself a chance. You deserve it. Give yourself a chance.
Oh, excellent words, Ms. Rolle. Excellent advice. Excellent advice. I just want to say to all of the young people out there, to all of our young people who didn't graduate from high school, you have a leaver certificate. There were thousands of you who graduated just this past June. We're looking for you. We have an opportunity for you. Don't sit down. Don't just send our resumes and wait at home. Come to us. Give us a call. Register online. Let us do our part to assist you because we understand that you're trying to figure out life right now. You're trying to figure out what to do. You're trying to figure out what you do next. We're here to help you. We have a program for you. It's a free program. There's no cost to you. We're investing in you. So take a chance by coming to invest in yourself. We're here for you. We love you. And we want to say, even all those individuals who would have been out of school for a while, maybe you're going, maybe right now you're not sure what to do. You're a little disillusioned. You need some encouragement, you need some help. We're here for you. Our registration team looks forward to seeing you. Remember, our program starts Monday, September 4th, 2023. That's another few weeks. Please come in, register, or go online, www.ntabahamas.org. Register now. Very, very important. We're looking for you. We're here for you. Please take advantage of the opportunity. Take advantage of the opportunity. It's an investment in you. There's no cost to you. What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose. You have all to gain. And remember, like Ms. Rolle said, those skills and those certifications, nobody can take away from you. It is yours. And it is valuable. And it's going to help you to progress in your career. It's going to help you to progress. So you don't want to remain stagnant. You want to move forward. We have 3 decisions in life. We either stay stagnant, go backwards, or go forward. Make the decision today to move your life forward. The National Training Agency loves you. We're here for you. And we look forward to you registering and being a part of our awesome transformative program.